Hey guys, welcome to a special edition of the Don't Make This Weird. We have someone very exciting in our studio. Well, not in our studio, but joining us via the interwebs today. So we are very excited to be here, and we hope that you guys really enjoy this interview as much as we are going to. We know we're going to. So I just want to welcome Ryan and Adam from Adam and the Metal Hawks. We got
what's up, everybody?
There we go.
All right. So it looks like we got the big screen there
That's
going.
right.
But we thank you guys for joining us and taking time. I know you guys have had kind of more of a busier schedule lately, or not so much.
Yeah. I mean, we've been keeping ourselves busy. We're trying to put out a new album early next year, right? In the first couple months. So Alex and Johnny are actually in the studio right now working on some tracks. But we were free, and we are happy to join you.
We're excited to have you guys joining us for sure. I know that doing the stuff that you guys do, there's probably not that many hours in a day for you to get all of it done. So we do appreciate you joining us.
Definitely, social media is a full-time job for sure.
You know that.
Ain't that the truth? No, we thank you guys so much for joining us in the studio. So you said the other two are working on the record. When is that going to be coming out? Do you guys have an idea, or is it still in the process of being recorded?
Nothing official, but we're still working on it. But hopefully, first couple months of the new year, 2022, we're hoping to make a really big year for AMH.
That's awesome.
We're excited. We love to help promote. We do a lot of promotion with our local bands and stuff. So this means a lot to us for you guys to join us. And I'm sure a lot of them will be thankful to see a video, an interview with you guys as well, because we got a lot of talent here in Michigan as well. So it's like, hey guys, we appreciate it. We appreciate you though joining us. And where are you guys located out of?
We're from Long Island, New York, which is just east of New York City.
Nice.
Right. I see that you have I looked at your tour list recently, and you have a really big tour coming up. Do you guys want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, why don't you tell them, Adam?
Yeah, so starting around May-ish, we're going to be going up to Canada and doing a little 5-show tour up there. And then world permitting, coming into the summer, we're going to go over to Europe, hit up some big rock festivals, Sweden Rock Festival, Open Air Festival in Switzerland, some stuff in Germany and Spain, the UK. We're excited to come on over and rock it out.
That's amazing. That is so cool. And you guys started back in 2019, am I correct?
Yeah,
2019.
Yeah. So and you said there's 2 other members that are in your band as well. So it's just
That's
4 of
right.
you?
It's a 4-piece. Yep. It's I'm myself, and then Johnny and Alex, who are in the studio as we speak.
And you're the bass player, correct?
I am the bass player. Yes, I am.
Awesome. So I guess we were looking at different videos. One of my questions for you guys. I am new to TikTok, but you blew up on my TikTok, and I saw a lot of videos from you guys. But I have a question for you, and I'm not to age myself here, but the RIP getting ripped tonight, is that a challenge on TikTok? Can you explain that a little bit to me? Because I've noticed that in a lot of your videos.
Yeah, so that was a trend going around. So TikTok, it's all about the trends, people jumping on each other's dances or sounds. So this was already a song, getting ripped tonight. And at a certain part, it says a really bad word, right? So the trend was to replace that word with whatever you want. So people were putting different songs, people were putting random movie quotes and stuff. So we decided we'll just throw our favorite songs up there. And eventually we started doing Jack Black songs because we wanted to try to get him to duet one of our videos.
And he did.
Everybody compares me to Jack Black.
Yeah. How is that for you being compared to him?
I mean, I love it. I love Jack Black. So, I feel like, I don't really look like Jack Black or anything. I'm not trying to sound like him. That's just how I sing. But I think the confidence and the energy that I bring to the videos, I think that's what people compare to Jack Black, because I love just his super confidence and just over the top Like, he doesn't care what anybody thinks. He just goes and does whatever he wants. So I think that's the best part of Jack Black, and I hope to bring that to the videos.
Well, that was one of the questions that I had is how did you discover your voice? Because you've got some wicked pipes, man.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, I've been singing forever, and I actually started in like a musical theater background, going through middle school, high school. After high school, I was doing different shows. And when I did American Idol, I wasn't going to jump on there with like Phantom of the Opera or something. I had to do something more contemporary than that. And I was super into Guitar Hero and Rock Band when they came out. And I feel like that was that first thing that exposed me to a lot of these classic rock songs. And so I kind of jumped on that. I was like, I could take all this power and just throw it into the rock. And I fell in love with the genre and the songs, and now we're making our own songs.
You really do too. Like you bring. I'm super impressed with the band as a whole. I'm not just gonna sit here and go, oh man, but you do, like, your energy as a band as a whole, and as who you are is incredible. So I hope in my lifetime actually to see you guys live, because I've watched some of your live videos and I'm impressed with you guys. I'm super. We see a lot of bands,
especially when you guys do the guess who the bass player is, or drummer, or guitar player, or the vocalist. Yeah, like yeah. I have to laugh so much because Ryan always gives it away of who whatever musician is, because it's like, guess who our bass player is, and you see this look, right? Going, that is great. That's the bass player.
That's it.
How long have you been playing, Ryan?
Playing bass seriously about 5 years or so. But I actually started out as a drummer. So okay. when I was a little tot, my aunt got me a little first stack drum set for Christmas. You know, I ended up beating the crap out of it, Keith Moon style. But it was something that always that was something that always stuck with me throughout high school, was playing drums. I was even in marching band on the drum line. I did jazz band, all of that. But the band stuff was always on the side. So I started singing when I was about 13 or so, when my friend wanted to do a talent show thing with me, and we sang a song together. And that's how I met Johnny. Was at one of those talent shows. We were talking about influences backstage, and then eventually he invited me to audition for his band that he was in after the singer quit. And that's kind of how Metal HAWKS started. And so when the bass player thing came in, we were looking for a bass player for pretty much since I was in the band. And we couldn't find anybody. So at some point I just said, screw it, I'm just going to play bass. And I've been doing that ever since. And when Adam started singing for us, I felt like I could really just focus more on my instrument. I think it made me a better player.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Plus getting in like the pocket of that, knowing how to play drums and keep that time, and then being able to play bass, because those two really bring it together like that.
That's why it's called the rhythm section.
It definitely helps, yeah.
Obviously.
It's the rhythm section for a reason. Tony nailed it right on the head.
That's right.
Exactly. That's amazing.
Heck yeah. So now, what are some of your guys' influence? I mean, I know that's a typical question, but you guys are pretty multifaceted in the stuff that you guys perform. Like, I was listening to a lot of your guys' original stuff, and like Backwards, man, kick-ass tune. Seriously.
Thank you. Yeah, we kind of range. I know I'm coming from a super classic rock background, like Aerosmith, Kiss, Guns N' Roses, a lot of these like powerhouse vocalists. I love Freddie Mercury of Queen. I mean, there'll never be another one like him.
Never.
That's incredible energy and vocal prowess. So a lot of those influences. And Ryan, you want to continue?
Yeah, I mean, I'm into a lot of the classic rock stuff too, but I listen to freaking everything. Like, one minute I'll be listening to Zeppelin, next minute I'll be listening to Van Halen or Rush, probably my two favorite bands. And then I'll even get into some thrash metal every once in a while, like maybe a little Anthrax, early Metallica,
yeah,
even Pantera I'm a little into. So my taste is pretty much all over the place, at least on that little spectrum of like rock and metal. But honestly, Geddy Lee is probably my favorite bass player of all time.
You couldn't have picked a better one, man. It's Geddy Lee.
I couldn't have.
Yeah.
Couldn't have picked
That's awesome.
So as with all of this going on, and now is this your first tour out of the US?
We've done a couple shows. Well, I thought you were gonna say like out of state for a second, but no, we've never been to Europe as a band or anything. I've never even left the country personally. But we have done a couple shows like outside of New York. We did a little one-off thing in Virginia that was Wood Talk, and then another convention in Texas where we played. But like we're saying, we're getting ready to hit the ground running with this new album and go all over the place. And hey, hopefully make a pit stop in Michigan.
You should. We know a great venue, a couple
We
great
love
venues.
to.
Yeah, that would be amazing to see you guys. Like I said, I want to see you guys live. I just share like goosebumps listening to what you guys do. So I had a question on that with the writing process. How do you guys do that? Is there a specific person that just writes, or do you guys do it as a collective?
Most of the time it's kind of as a collective, but there really is no one set way of doing stuff.
Right.
Like Strain, for instance, Adam just had that melody going in his head. He came up with that melody while he was working out in the gym one day, and he brought it home on like a little voicemail, just going do 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 do, and I kind of translated it to bass. Or then sometimes, Johnny or I will come in with a riff, or sometimes one of us comes in with a whole song. It's really different every time. But regardless, like we always want the next song, right, to be the best song we've ever written. Backwards has had that same approach. Pretty much this whole album has the same approach. We want it to be our best album we've ever done.
That's awesome.
So who mostly does like lyrics, or is that a collective as well?
I'll usually make the lyrics. I kind of will show them kind of a rough draft, or if I'm like stuck on something, we'll try to work it out. But most of the time I'll write the words. Otherwise I won't be able to remember the words. So I need to be able to write them.
you got to sing them. So it's got to come from your heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes a lot. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. The reason I asked that is because we talk about this quite a bit. I write music as well. Well, he writes a lot of the instrumental, but lyrics I will do. So I'll come in and he'll be working on something, and I'm like, "Hey, is that anybody's?" And then I just start writing that. A lot of people write lyrics first, but I'm backwards. So that's why I'm always interested in that question.
I will be sitting in the studio here just working on something. I don't even have it completely fleshed out. Like maybe it's the beginning of a chorus or the beginning of a verse or something. And she's like, I've got lyrics for that. And I'm like, it's not even done. What are you doing?
What do you mean? What do you mean you have lyrics?
Sorry if you wanted that. So it's just fun though, but to feel it and to be able to give that to people, like that is an amazing talent that you guys bring, and to share those feelings with other people, and especially everything that we've gone through, and to finally start getting out and playing those shows and doing the TikTok videos to let people see, hey, we can do this, but we can also do this. We can be on stage of however many people, but also do those videos. And I think it's incredible. And you're not wrong when you say it's a full-time job.
Oh yeah,
it is. And that's where it kind of gets tricky too, because everybody on TikTok, they don't always know that you're a real band, and they don't always care, unfortunately. So it is always kind of a challenge to transition to being like that comic relief into, oh my God, these guys are an actual band. But we try to make it work to the best of our ability.
And how do you guys deal with? I mean, there's always somebody on there that's got some kind of hate, some kind of something. How do you guys deal with that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we kind of just, you take the good with the bad, right? And we are fortunate enough to have a very nice community where we don't get too many hate comments, but when we do, chances are there's already 3 or 4 replies to them that say, "Hey, shut up! Don't talk to them like that. Oh, how can you say that? I don't know what you're talking about.
You're wrong."
We're lucky to have some people fighting for us, so we don't have to get into the comments ourselves and rough people up.
Yeah. So you guys got a Metal Hawk army. They're
That's
like,
right.
You mess with our
Yes,
boys,
we
we got them.
A Major Army.
Yeah. I get that. The reason I asked that is because, with doing the podcast and everything else in between,
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I don't really look at the comments. I just this is what it is.
That would be me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and speaking of comments, I mean, you guys doing the TikTok stuff, like it's so cool to get to do stuff like with Jack Black. And one of my favorite ones is like, hey, D Snyder's in the studio next to us. We're gonna see if we can get him in here. You guys jump into it and like walk our listeners through that experience. What was that like?
Well,
so we went to Elite Sound Studios, and our manager Danny Stanton also works with D Snyder. So we went to the studio and we're like, he's like, all right, D's supposed to be here. So if we can get him to come in here, you guys have to be ready with the TikTok, you know? So we had all the forethought and set up for it. And then as soon as he came in, we just jump him and get him in. And he was a great sport about it. And we ended up doing another TikTok where he kind of like, we're like fighting for the mic and he kicks me out of the way. And he's just a great character as well. So
yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
I got to meet D years ago. It was the Nightmare Before Christmas with this lineup with Holland Diablos, Jimmy's Chicken Shack, Creed before they got big, Jackal and Megadeth, and D Snyder was the MC.
Wow.
That's crazy.
What a lineup.
Tell me about it. Like we had backstage passes, so we got to meet everybody, and just like prior to that, I didn't realize how tall D Snyder was.
Yeah, he's a pretty big guy.
You got to know he's not very tall. So
I'm 5'5" on a good day.
So he's probably like like me. I'm 5'1.5". So I'd be like, "How's it going up there?"
I felt like Donkey and Shrek, like really tall.
How's the weather? How's the weather up there?
Yeah, that's always a good question. Like, do you guys feel that yet? Because I need to know what's happening. I don't trust the weathermen, so I just get my tall friends.
So now, who is one you guys want to meet of a famous person out there on the road or recording in the studio or doing what you guys do?
Ooh, I would say the guys in Greta Van Fleet. I know that's something definitely John would say because he's a huge Greta Van Fleet fan too. But they're on top of everything as far as new rock goes. Like they're selling out shows all over the place. They also got great music.
Yeah.
You know, so I'd love to meet them and tour with them.
Heck yeah.
That'd be great. I mean, outside of music, we've tried to reach out, and I would be super excited to work with Mr. Beast.
Yes.
Great personality, you know, a loving heart. You could tell he really cares, and I think it'd be awesome to work with him.
Very cool. Yeah, I've watched several videos with him in it, and I agree he's a cool person. But yeah, Greta, I accidentally met the guitar player, Sam. Well, I work in Franklin, that's where they're from. So
oh no way,
yeah. So I work at the world's largest Christmas store, partly from this. So this is my other other part that I love. But I accidentally ran into him. We ran into this. Me and my friend were driving around, and there was a cow, a baby cow on the side of the road. I'm like, what? That's not right. So we ended up trying to get this cow off the road so it didn't get hit because my heart was like, I can't leave this. So I'm like calling to it, come here, cow. And a vehicle pulls up. And we look over and we're like, pull up. I'm like, should I just pull up next to him? And like, yeah. So I'm like, do you know where this cow came from? And it was Sam. And my friend reaches over and goes, you're the guitar player from Greta Van Fleet. He goes, he was very nice. Like, yeah, I am, you know, like very humble. So they helped get that cow home and we heard back from them and they actually did find the owner, but it was the weirdest way to meet them. Wow. Well, him anyway. So yeah, very cool guys.
Yeah, we've met some very interesting people in very odd environments, if you will. It's like, hey, you're so and so, and it's like, yeah, can you help me like put out this dumpster fire over here?
Oh wait,
right.
We didn't even realize.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So, but is there anybody that you would like to give a shout out, or for some of our listeners to where to go to get some of your merchandise and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, you can head over to shopamhband.com. That's our online store. You can check out, we have a bunch of cool merch. I actually designed all the merch myself.
Love it.
I'm a designer a little bit, you know, so I got the logo and a bunch of cool shirts on there. And in general, I would say if you want to support any of your favorite creators, even the Don't Make This Weird podcast, you just hit that like button, hit that share, tell a friend about it. These are things that you could do absolutely for free, and it really, really helps. So anyone that you like, doesn't have to be AMH, doesn't have to be Don't Make This Weird. You just gotta get out there and spread the word.
Well, thanks for the shout out. We appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. We're working on trying to, get more people subscribed and start helping to get like some more longer streams done so we can do some charity work and some different stuff like that to raise some money for good causes. So we appreciate that.
Awesome.
Yeah. So anything else, Ryan? Did you want to add anything?
I've added pretty much everything I can add.
Okay.
Well, we only got a couple of minutes left here because we know you guys are ridiculously busy, and we only have you for about, what was it, a half an hour?
Half hour. Yeah.
So we're coming up on that window here pretty soon.
Yeah. So we thank you guys for jumping on with us, and very, Danny's been very nice to work with, so we appreciate that as well. Good dude there. So we thank you for jumping on, hanging out with us for a little bit, and making time.
Yeah,
it's really important to us. So we're looking forward to share links and help, any way that we can to get people to get to your shows. And when you're closer or you by Michigan, just let us know. We'll try to get you somewhere. If you guys want to come and hang out, just have Danny message and we'll be like, hey, we know some spots.
Yeah, we got some pretty great venues here for you guys to play at.
Yeah. So
You
just
guys
let
are
us
the
know.
first to know.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in with us, hanging out with us. Love you guys. Love what you guys are doing. And I am looking forward to the drop of the new album.
Yes.
I will be purchasing that as soon as it comes out. I'm sure we both will be. So
Absolutely.
So congratulations on the tour as well.
Thank you.
We're looking forward to it. 2022.
Heck yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in, hanging out with us, everybody. And Don't Make This Weird.
Yeah.
And we will see you guys on another special episode or next Thursday.
Yeah.
Remember, keep it weird, guys.
Rock out.
Keep it weird.